you can come in and take classes. And so we provide all the machines and the tools you need.
Kelly Faw decided 2.5 years ago to move her business from Ballard to the heart of Pioneer Square. She says there were a lot of different aspects of Pioneer Square that attracted her to this part of Seattle.
I think what's beautiful about Pioneer Square is that it's not a gentrification neighborhood. It's already had many renaissances and revivals, and I think there's a reason why people keep coming back down here. It's the oldest part of the city. The architecture is like no other part.
Kelly says she especially likes the wide variety of clientele she has at her sewing shop and studio. She offers classes and especially enjoys attracting people of all ages to the neighborhood at all times of day.
It's kind of like we hit reset on our business, so we've brought in a whole new clientele while keeping our folks that were from Ballard and South Seattle. Each year and each season we're seeing more and more people, and different than Ballard is that there's just way more daytime traffic here. Way more, because there's people working here and it's not a weekend-based business.
So this is the Archery Summit Premier Cuvée 2014.
Next door at the Estate's Wine Room, business is strong at this tasting room, which opened up in late 2015. They represent 3 different wineries located in both Washington and Oregon: Double Canyon, Archery Summit, and Seven Hills. The Estate's Wine Room says there was a lot of thought that went into deciding to locate here in Pioneer Square.
Initially they were looking for a home for the tasting room for Double Canyon, and of course they considered the Prosser area, they considered Woodinville, and they just felt that the new trend is really to bring the wine to the city, to the people. We were committed initially to the urban tasting room experience, and then Pioneer Square is just the heart of Seattle. There's a huge revitalization going on here. It's very exciting to be part of that.
And perhaps one of the biggest transformations to Pioneer Square is what's happening here at Occidental Square. Just a few years ago, this park was in rough shape. This area was known for attracting a rougher crowd and had some illegal and unwanted activity going on here.
How's the new food truck placement going?
Pretty good. In 2015, the Seattle Parks and Recreation Department partnered with the Downtown Seattle Association and the Alliance for Pioneer Square to create a public-private partnership. The goal? To revamp what many locals consider the living room of Pioneer Square as part of a pilot program. And because it was a successful pilot, in 2016 the groups agreed to a 5-year contract to keep up the good work in bringing new life to Occidental Square.
We decided to do a lot of light layer improvements, tables and chairs, bringing in food trucks, just making it a lively space for a diverse group of audience. You know, we have people here who are park regulars and who hang out in the park all day. We have people who come down for lunch and then go back up into their building, and we have people who come on the weekends to enjoy downtown along with tourists and everybody else in the mix.
The Alliance for Pioneer Square is the driving force behind the overall transformation in the area. Created in 2010, this nonprofit is solely focused on improving the area, whether that's through advocacy or marketing.
To make our public spaces more inviting and more walkable, we have staff who work all the time on getting trees trimmed and improving sidewalks and working with businesses so they can do more outside dining and just all of those things to make it a place that people want to linger.
When the Alliance started in 2010, the retail vacancy rate in Pioneer Square was greater than 50%. In the last few years, dozens of new businesses have come to the neighborhood, including chef Matt Dillon's The London Plane and Warehouser, which is on the east side of Occidental Square. But it's not just about building up the infrastructure, it's also about building community.
We talk about the retail recruitment that we've done for this neighborhood, but it actually has been done with a really strong community building lens, and we are building a neighborhood here where people are in relationship with each other.
Yay! And if what's happening here continues to be successful, it could spread to other parks in Seattle, even some that haven't even been built yet.
And it really is a true proof of concept for the private-public partnership that we're trying to prove for informing the waterfront. As we all know, the waterfront is a big project going on, and in a few years the waterfront will be completely transformed. And if we can prove that it works here, we hope to pass the model on down to the waterfront and activate that space in similar ways.
Watch CityStream Thursday nights at 7 on the Seattle channel. Or get video on demand and podcasts anytime at seattlechannel.org.